And most important, we actually give employment and skill development to our citizens of India. I've been taught this, karam kar fal ki chinta mat kar. The first way is to learn, deliver, and create value for the economy. And Monica ji, I would request you to, what is your vision for this session beyond what we've stated?
See, the idea of designing this session is to get an idea from the last mile connectivity enablers, so that the steel manufacturer and the end user, a link can be built, and what kind of actual products are required, what kind of challenges buyers are facing. This can only be possible if we do this one-on-one discussion sitting here in the room, and this is how we came up with this idea. We have Mr. K.V. Karthik, who's a manufacturer of pumps. You won't see in many of the steel conferences. I'm sorry, Karthik ji, but we are very happy to have you. But generally, we hardly have participation from pump and motor manufacturers. I'm telling you, it's very sad on our part, but I'm happy that you are here, because now we will get more and more input from you. What challenges, when you buy the steel or when you procure your raw material, what kind of challenges do you face with the quality, price? Do you see there is too much of fluctuation in the prices, or availability of material? So all these discussion we want to make in this session, and then only this session will be successful.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for providing the opportunity, Monica. So it is a wonderful opportunity for me on behalf of Co-India, and also on behalf of the Coimbatore pump industry, and right now on behalf of the Indian pump industry we present over here. As you rightly said, the Indian pump industry, pump set manufacturing industry is around 20,000 crore industry, where majority of our raw material is steel. So the challenges, what we face is not on the quality side. We not matching the great challenges, because our quality steels are on par with the global manufacturers, and we have never faced any issue on the quality of steel when we are exporting or the certification mark anything. Rightly, one of the points you mentioned, it's on the price volatility and the availability during critical phases. During the 2021, precisely 2021, that later part of from October 2020 to 21 and up to the middle of 2022, there was a severe price volatility was there, where prices were increasing every few weeks. Every week there was an increase in the prices. Every day there was an increase in the prices, and whenever we had some orders or anything, there was not availability. So we are very skeptical on whether to accept new orders or not. One of the saddest part is that immediately after COVID lockdown, there was a very good demand for the Indian pumps. Actually, our industry grew about 30%. It was immediately after COVID, the next year, our exports grew 30%. Not our industry, I won't say our industry, our exports grew 30%. But we are unable to sustain that growth momentum in 2022, because our steel, our availability of steel was very fluctuating, and we were not able to commit anything to our customers. That is one of the main issues which we are facing. And the other thing is mostly for our pump industries, we use all majority of the steels we use are on the motor part, as you rightly said. Laminations we are here to use lamination. Sometimes when our manufacturers say there's an unevenness to some extent. I've heard them, because of which they are unable to do the same. They are facing some issues in the die and punches also. That is one of the issues on the quality side. The thickness unevenness, when you are using 0.5, that is also normally used steel, that is 0.5. Right now we are also trying 0.35 also. And 0.35 in a higher electrical grade steels, not on the regular grade steels. Electrical grade steels, if you take 0.35, their availability is becoming an issue. There's availability within this country for 0.35 thickness steels. That is a very minor issue when you compare to the availability and price volatility. So that is one of the major issues for our pump industry.
Thanks, Mr. Karthik, for addressing these issues. On the panel, we should have had manufacturers actually saying that. If somebody can answer this question on thickness variation, either from JSW or Tata Steel, somebody would be here?
To
to find out on the thickness variation electrical steel. If anything is there from your team, you can share for flat products.
You are looking for measuring, testing, or methodology for thickness variation, or online control.
Unable to get you, sir.
No, are you looking for methods, process for thickness variation control, or online control mechanisms?
No, what I am looking at is, see, I am not the exact manufacturer of the steel laminations. My vendors, when they ask us, sometimes when they are something, some delay or something, when they normally put that issue as there's some variation thickness which has occurred now, so I am unable to deliver to you right now. Those kind of issues which is coming up.
Understood. So I think this is one of the most stringent requirements in processing of steel for this electrical steel, especially at the lamination steels. So I think there are very few service centers whom I can say who can maintain absolute flatness tolerances for this, because it's not only flatness, it is also the size which then becomes very, very small. So that is how I would say, I think we can count on your fingers number of service centers. So you, as a consumer and as a representing consumers, I think we need to know which these service centers are, otherwise we are taking a chance.
Okay, I'll get you the details.
Yes, service center is the key, and we do process electrical steel. For anybody's information here, Triveni Enterprise is the largest processor of electric steel, at least in the Bangalore belt. And Coimbatore, we supply close to 500 tons a month here. We can start with Datta ji, and then we can come down to fellow trade. Mr. Datta, you've got a career spanning all automobile manufacturers across India and the world here. What are your experiences and needs from the steel industry and the value adders, which we call service center today, or processors? What are your needs and what are the challenges you face? You moved from burning fuel to making greener vehicles. So you've seen the entire shift. So can you throw light on the on the people here, on what does Ola do and how you save steel, or what do you need in steel, and the shift you require? Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning. Vanakkam, Coimbatore. Automobile industry, I per se speak on behalf of the auto industry, so that my experience in Hyundai Motor, Toyota, possibly the consumption of steel. Most of these OEMs who are, MNCs, who are setting up plants here, they all import some part of the steel from their country. Or it could be Korea, or it could be Japan, depending on their, from where they belong to. But then the issue that normally rises is on the quality of the steel. And in my experience, I have seen these reports. I have been to Korea with one such example. So some of the steel that they supply, initial supplies will be very good. And as we move forward, the supplies keep coming in, the quality deteriorates. And then what happens, these parts are normally used by these MNC automobile companies for export. And if you are aware, the other market, like for example in the European market or in the American market, the requirement, or if there is some part defect is there, you have to recall the entire batch. So that becomes a very huge issue for the automobile OEM, wherein he would have used a defective or a lower quality of grade steel and then done this. But normally that's the reason why they start importing. As part of Hyundai Motor, I think Jindal company was also here. I have visited, and we also had a series of discussion, and then how do we make it localization. So Hyundai was trying to make efforts to localize most of its steel. However, still have some small quantity coming up from Korea, is mainly because of these quality issues and consistency in quality. These are the two. And then coming to the local manufacturing, over a period, as an association also there is a representation to the Government of India. Government of India also has initiated so many discussions with auto OEMs to localize. So with that, what has happened is a considerable number of parts and components and mainly body, of course, are all being, the local steel is being used. I remember a meeting with Mr. Piyush Goyal, the Commerce Minister. I went along with some of our Korean CEOs. So while discussing, his only grouse was that Korea is not importing steel from India and they only import mangoes. So he was so angry with them. In fact, he was vocal publicly. He was, saying that our steels are not inferior. They are definitely, if not better than yours, are definitely better steel and do buy. But then there are some issues relating to some of the, I'm a commercial man, I have no knowledge of the steel and then intricacies of how it is made. But then the OEM still feel that some quantity, critical parts which go into their exports has to be from their source, original source from where they believe they have to bring. And then I now talk about the Ola Electric. Ola Electric has set up world's largest electric two-wheeler plant very close to Coimbatore. We are here in Krishnagiri district, just 2 hours drive from here. And this plant will, once fully operational, we are doing it in 3 phases. Once all the 3 phases are operational, we will be manufacturing 1 crore scooter per annum. This is going to be the huge manufacturing facility. We will be making 15% of the world's two-wheeler requirement here. Today, the two-wheeler market is, India is the world's largest two-wheeler market, and the consumption here is 2 crore scooter vehicle, two-wheelers per annum, of which once we build the capacity, 50% we are building it. However, that 50% is equivalent to 15% of the world's production. We also have plans to export. And coming to steel requirement in this plant, the requirement is only in terms of the steel frame. The steel frame that is the main requirement. I was just now talking to, before starting this event, to Jindal. They were suggesting me that some of their frames where the battery is, we are going to hold the frame. He says they can make it little lighter, at the same time much more stronger than the ones that we are presently using. So the company looks forward to these kind of innovative ideas and structures, and so that we use those kind of steel so that the weight is reduced, so that the distance that we cover per charge, the battery charge is increases. We also use a lot of components made out of steel. Of course, there's a great lot of opportunity to component manufacturers who are around this place, so that you can cater to the requirement as the production, as the manufacturing grows. The facility is for the first time in the country, we have made it as an all-woman factory. Entire operations from manufacturing, paint, assembly, everywhere you go around, you will see only girls working. And Krishnagiri district in Tamil Nadu, many of you are from Tamil Nadu state, so you will know that it's one of the backward district, declared backward district. What we have done is we have gone to every village, going around asking them, the parents, to send their girls who have passed 12th, and then we brought them. Almost like today we employ around 3,000 girls, extremely competent. The kind of scooter that we produce, one of the best in the world. And we are #1 in India for the last 8 months. Continuous. Last year,